Belgium is probably one of the most underrated countries in Europe, is often overlooked by travelers. And when they do visit, it's often limited to a quick visit to Brussels, Bruges, organs and a taste of Belgian chocolate, beer and waffles. But beyond these places lies a treasure trove of hidden gems, waiting to be discovered. The medieval castles of the Queen, the fairy tale places and natural splendor. Let us embark on a journey to discover the hidden wonders of this enchanting little country. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready to explore the unexpected beauty Belgium's. Foreign places in Belgium are hidden jewels that you're not in this charming little country. So if you want to take a trip, to look no further. If you're wondering what to find tulip fields in the Netherlands, think again. And also in the province of East Flanders in Belgium, in the polar regions of the Miradong, near the border with the Netherlands. Several tulip fields have been planted. Dutch farmers rent fields to grow tulip bulbs, because tulips are very susceptible to disease. Can only plant tulips on the same plot of land once every 6 or 7 years. So they come here to rent fields. You can rent a bicycle and ride around the fields here. Please do not enter the fields. Without the farmer's permission. Somewhere deep in the Hui forest, along the tracks, you can find the ruins of a railroad station in Dardenne. The abandoned railroad station was built King Leopold I in the 19th century. He opened a luxury hotel and wanted to welcome his guests to the entire Conde. So he built his train station that looked like a castle. And guests arriving here by train were traveled to the hotel by carriage through the hotel. After the First World War, the station remained closed because it was old and is not guarded. So visit at your own risk. At Your Own Risk is located about 45 kilometers south of Brussels, the ruins of the impressive old Abbey-Ophilus, which was built in the 13th century by Cistercian monks. It is incredibly interesting to walk between the ancient walls and explore every corner of it. The most notable building in these ruins is the church, but you can also explore places like kitchens, dormitories, guest house, apothecary, etc. The guest house, the apothecary, with its incredible herb garden and even vineyards, which used to be a restaurant. After the pandemic, I honestly don't know what happened to its use. All I know is that it looks like a house straight out of a fairy tale. Was built by Dominique Noel. It took him 7 years, and he tried to make it as environmentally friendly as possible. He used local wood and stones from a nearby quarry. Many of the elements have been sourced from reclaimed foreign diseases over 5,000 years old. But what's even more mystical and mysterious is that the stones are perfectly aligned around 8 kilometers. I'm trying to time travel to find a handsome man, like in the TV show Outlander, but unfortunately, I forgot my gems, so it didn't work. In the southernmost part of Belgium, there's an extremely gorgeous town that looks like Provence called Tony, a small village. Looks like a fairy tale with its soft yellow houses decorated with flowers and lavender growing in the tiny front yards. Beautiful vineyards cover the hills surrounding the town, and you can go wine tasting. A wine tasting somewhere high on the granite cliffs, along the river, along the bluff to the great castle. And now all that remains of it are ruins. All that's left of Don Bluff Castle are ruins. The castle was built in the 11th century, but it was destroyed in 1578 when it was occupied by the garrison of William of Orange, and was attacked by Catholic troops at the behest of the Spanish. Was never rebuilt and now stands as an overgrown ruin of a castle that makes you feel like Indiana Jones when you're there. Despite the fact that there are private signs everywhere, many of the locals visit this place as if it were like it's their daily walk with their dog. Just keep in mind that this is a ruin and there's a lot of loose rocks. There is also a small habitat in Belgium, which is located in a recreational park called Domaine de Chevtogno. This park is free to visit, was born out of an event called Salon Passion Robinson, where architects and builders come to build all sorts of cabins, yurts, tree tents, etc. Usually these creations are dismantled, but the park has kept its hobbit house. This hidden gem is located in the woods near a pond with wooden bridge. Thank you. Deep in the woods near Obi-sur-Samoa, hide cave carved into the limestone cliff face overhang the Samoan River, which contains an altar dedicated to Sarah McKillop. The altar depicts a saint and a wolf. According to legend, Sarah McKillop lived here with his donkey thanks to gifts from a neighboring villagers. When Satan found out about this, he turned into a wolf to attack the donkey, but during the attack, Sarah McKillop's rose garden fell around his neck, and Sarah McKillop was able to subdue the wolf. One of the most secret places in Belgium is the Wizard's Cottage. It's the hidden gem of Belgium. Among its discoverers, there's a rule of never share its whereabouts. Somewhere on the edge of a forest in Amiens Provence. Armed with it comes an interesting story. An American traveler once visited a very large estate with all its meadows. He liked it and asked the owner to build a small house so that he could come back anytime he wanted to, so that the estate would be the owner. So he agreed, and the cottage was built of reclaimed material. Strangely enough, the American never returned. True adventurers will enjoy the search for this hidden gem. Another place that you'll never believe is in Belgium. This quarry Belgium has quite a lot of them, and some of them are filled with water, like this one, which makes them look like an emerald green lake, surrounded by beautiful grey canyons. Somewhere in Canada, but never go swim in them. It's dangerous. Most of them are private property and you are not allowed on their property. But for those who are a little more adventurous than the average person, they can try and explore these hidden places in Belgium. This is what I found in a forest in the province of Namur. How I find these places, I must admit that I have a special talent for finding hidden gems in everything. So if you want to become an expert at finding off the beaten path places, I encourage you to purchase my Hidden Experts Guide, in which I share all of my tips and tricks for finding those secret. All the details of the hikes and places mentioned in this video can be found on my blog. I will link to it below in the description of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it and subscribe so you want to make sure you don't miss any future videos in the near future. Thanks for watching.